Hello guys, my name is Toucher, and today I wanted to present to you the start of my adventure as a free-to-play only Ultimate Ironman. Today we will be starting out the Ultimate Ironman, as you can see, 25 minutes in the world. This is basically just Tutorial Island, and I got a few levels here. Not really thinking I wanted to start a series, but here we are, So I just wanted to, record along and share with you guys my progress as I take on this absolutely mind-bogglingly long grind of the free-to-play Ultimate Ironman. So here are my stats starting out. As you can see, just basic stuff you could almost get on Tutorial Island. I did 5 fire making, 4 woodcutting when I was just thinking around, and I claimed the runes already from the Magic Combat Tutor. Used them on goblins, but currently the plan is to just chop logs and fire make them until 15 fire making. See, I could go to the Stronghold of Security, but I'm thinking, I feel like it's maybe a little bit too easy to get that free 10k at the start. So right now, I think the goal is to woodcut until woodcut and fire make until 15 woodcutting and fire making, and then I want to get I think it's 225 GP for the event RPG from Diango and Draenor. So guess that's the plan right now, and then once I get that, that's going to be my best weapon for a while. So I just wanted to train up some combat stats with that event RPG, maybe on some seagulls or something. And yeah, so I'll update you guys if I have any plans. I'm probably going to think about doing some quests here. Oop, and there is 5 woodcutting. So absolutely huge gains here. Beginning of the Iron Man, always going to see a ton of dopamine coming in from these levels. So I will get back to you when I get 15 fire making and woodcutting, and then hopefully I will have that gold for the event RPG. So I just wanted to update you here. I'm not 15 woodcutting, 15 fire making yet, but I got 9 fire making, and that brought me to 50 total level. So I'm actually 51 now. I guess the 8 fire making actually got it for me. So yeah, absolutely huge gains coming in, and if I keep up at this rate, I'll be maxed by tomorrow. And here is 15 fire making coming in, which means I can burn the oak logs. So for now, I'm going to stop fire making the logs, and I will just be selling the logs over to the general store. So I'm not quite 15 woodcutting yet, but as you can see, these logs only sell for 1 GP each to the general store. So I'm thinking, maybe it's almost more efficient to burn the logs to get fire making XP, but I'm thinking, once I get 50, or since I already have 15 fire making, I can burn oak logs once I get 15 wood cutting. So I'm thinking it's still more efficient just to sell these, get a few GP. Oop, and they are down to 0 GP after 7 logs, so I'm gonna have to hop worlds here. But yeah, I guess I will just continue scraping up these pennies in order to attempt to get the 225 GP for the event RPG, and really just hope for the best here. And there is 15 wood cutting. Now I will be able to chop oak logs, and hopefully oak logs sell for more GP to the general store, because that is what I'm currently relying on in order to try to scrape together this 225 GP. So I will get back to you with the price there, and hoping for the best, really. I really want to try to scrape this up, within the next few inventories. I didn't plan on continuing woodcutting for very long. It was just to scrape up this initial GP. So I will get back to you when I cut some of these oak logs and check the price. So I got my first full inventory of oak logs here. Looks like they sell for 8 GP. Okay, 7. I will sell them until they get down to 5. So 4 logs. Okay, so they're at 5 GP now, and then looks like I can sell 6 logs per world. So apparently my math was off here, because selling that inventory got me 238 GP. So I shall run right now and get that event RPG, then I'll be able to drop this stupid bronze sword, wooden shield. Those will just take up inventory space, and we don't need those where we're going. And that is the event RPG purchase. Now I shall sit at Seagulls till maybe base 20 stats, just to get a nice combat start. And once I have those stats, I might be going to cows or chickens just to gather some supplies. So while I'm doing this, I'll definitely think of the next plan. So in case you guys were wondering, here's why I wanted the event RPG. It is actually 1 tick faster than just attacking with the your fists or another weapon. And with that one tick faster, that really just increases my XP rates training here by approximately, I don't know, 33%, something around that range. And with that, I will be able to kill these seagulls. And the reason I'm killing seagulls is because some of them are 10 HP, some of them are 6 HP, and they, never really hit on you. They don't have any drops, they just drop bones. So I'll be able to bury these bones, get a cheeky little bit of prayer XP. But other than that, the real sole purpose of being here is just for the quick training without the stress of having to die and walk back to my body where something like goblins would require me to have food if I wasn't safe spotting it. So I will be sitting at these seagulls until I'm base 20 stats, and I will update you soon. And that is the first prayer level coming into the account. Prayer is by far going to be one of the most tedious skills to train on the free-to-play Ultimate Ironman because basically the main meta for training prayer is going to be going into the wildy and looting bones, regular bones, and burying them for something like 5k XP an hour. So it's going to be incredibly tedious, so it feels good to get that first level and, really there's no going back once you get the first level. I gotta see it to the end, so that's gonna be an incredibly tedious grind. I'm looking forward to it. 11 hit points coming in, and immediately after, 5 strength, 75 total level coming in. That is 3 prayer coming in, and that is 10 strength coming in right on the kill. 4 prayer coming in, 5 prayer, 15 strength, 6 prayer coming in, and here's the first random on the account, Captain Marev. Oh, there we go, I did it, and I got a gold ring. That is absolutely useless, but I should be able to sell it over to the jewelry shop there for a little bit of GP. 7 prayer coming in. And I'm 6 XP off here. Come on, there we go. That should be 20 strength. Now I can finally start training attack. I was looking, and I see that goblins have a 1 in 64 drop rate at the beginner clues, and, cows and chickens don't really have anywhere close to that. So I'm thinking maybe it would be a better move to get maybe 10 attack, 10 defense, so I don't get hit by the goblins, I don't need food, and go over to the goblins and start grinding out the beginner clue scrolls early, because I think it would be really sick to set a little goal for myself for this episode to get at least 1 beginner clue unique before I end this off. So I definitely think I'm going to be heading over there probably after 10 attack, 10 defense, and finish off the rest of the combat training over at goblins. And there's 2 attack rolling in. I got 8 prayer here. Couldn't catch the level because my phone was ringing at the time. But yep, 8 prayer, making absolutely huge gains. And there's 10 attack coming in, which means I can train defense now. Once I get 10 defense, I'll be over to the goblins. And there is 9 prayer. And there is 10 defense. So after this kill, I will be moving over to the goblins in Lumbridge and hoping for the best. I will hopefully not take too much damage. 10 HP, 17 HP, 10 defense. So I'm really hoping here that I take no damage and I'm able to continue this beginner clue grind as anticipated. 10 prayer coming in. So I didn't realize this, but goblins actually drop beer, and if I'm not mistaken, this heals 2, but lowers my attack by 1, so the little amount of HP that I'm losing could be potentially sustained by something like the beer drops if I get lucky enough. That and leveling my HP increases my HP by 1, so I'm thinking this is a pretty good tactic here. I don't really think I will need any real food, and if I do need food, I can run over to the chickens over there, kill a few, and cook the meat, and be able to heal, I believe it's 3 per chicken. So I did kind of just remember that I can claim these runes from the magic tutor every 30 minutes, and that'll help me just get some passive mage training on these goblins while I'm grinding. I don't think it'll be anything significant, but maybe by the end of this I could try to get something like 13 mage for Fire Strike, and that'll really help for questing as I move on to do something like Vampire Slayer and eventually Dragon Slayer. I think high mage level will definitely be the route to go. So the first beginner clue scrolls rolling in at 97 KC. Hopefully I can complete it. See the first step. Alright, looks like it's completable so far, so hoping for a good reward. So I've run into a small problem here on step 2. Requires a gold ring and a gold necklace, and I actually just sold the gold necklace, the gold ring when I was on my way here. So, and I was looking, and it says the quartz serum gold, or the jewelry shop there, doesn't have any in stock. So I think the only real way to get this would be to get 40 mining and smithing. So according to the wiki, actually, there is a gold bar spawn in the Varrock basement, but it would require telegrab. So if I can get 31 magic and get 2 law runes, I could telegrab the 2 gold bars and not have to bust out 40 mining and smithing just yet. So I think that's actually going to be the goal here. So 31 magic it is. So in order to scrap up some GP to get runes to train my magic, I'm going to be looting these steel plate legs in the wildy. I think they sell to the general store for something like 300 gold each or something like that. So it's a nice little workaround since I'm opposed to using the stronghold for that free 10k, which would be a nice, start for the runes. But I think this is going to be much more satisfying and, doesn't feel as slimy as going to the stronghold for that 10k. Alright, and that is a full inventory. Now I'm going to go down to the Varrock General Store and sell this all off. Oh look, there's a gold ore here too. So I wouldn't have needed the mining anyway, but, still would need the smithing. So this whole plan totally negates the need to level mining and smithing just yet. So slight change of plans. According to the wiki, the best idea is to sell them to the Alkari General Store, the leg shop there, and I'll be able to get more GP per leg there. So I'm gonna go telly there and sell off these legs to them, and hopefully that'll get me around 10k, and I'll be able to get a lot of runes from that and be able to maybe scrape up the runes for 33 magic for this for telegrab. So they sell at 650 per starting and then go down 10 per leg, so I'll sell 6 per world. And that is the last of them sold. I'm going to keep a pair because they will be my best in slot legs for probably quite some time. And I'm going to go use this cash to buy out a bunch of runes from the Varrock rune shop. And I might be able to claim my runes from the magic tutor on the way there. So I was able to get this many runes with the cash stack, and I don't think this is going to be enough, but I think the plan is going to be, instead of the splashing curse and everything method that I had mentioned before, I want to get the brass key and go kill hill giants, because the hill giants have a 3 in 128 drop chance of some law runes, and I need the law runes to get the gold bars, once I actually get the mage level, and this is going to be one of the best ways I think to get the law runes. Oh, so I'm sitting here waiting for my HP to regen, go down, and I just got the Sergeant boot camp random, so I will be able to pick up a nice little piece of fashionscape here, hopefully, or a new emote. Nice, got a sick little fashionscape camo top to go with the steel plate legs. Well worth doing that random. And there is 13 magic, so I will be able to cast Fire Strike now. Let's not cast Fire Strike, there we go. So these kills will go by much quicker. I gotta be really careful here. I'm super low HP, and these things can max 4, so I can't come out of this spot when I'm lower than 4 HP. So this is gonna be a struggle, but it's really good XP. I've used about 100 casts, got 13 mage, so looking bright. 12 prayer coming in. And there is the law rune drop, so I'm gonna keep sitting here till I run out of mine runes, just because this is really chill. But now I have the law runes secure, so I'll be able to do the clue once I get 33 mage. I'll have to train some crafting levels, but that is no big deal in comparison. Also coming in is 13 prayer. Ooh, and the first giant key coming in. I almost forgot that these things could drop giant keys, but I think I will save this for quite some time because I don't think I'm able to kill Obor yet with these stats. Cheeky little Rick Turpentine random gave me like 800 GP. That's awesome. Ooh, 2 more law runes. These are huge because the more I can gather, the more I'll be able to use to teleport early on, and that'll be absolutely amazing to save the runtime, because as you know, early game without any teleports, so there's a lot of walking involved. So always glad to see extra law rune drops come in, and this is why I take damage. I can never lure those properly. In the very next kill, I get some nature runes. These are also going to be huge, most likely going to be used for alking things early on. I don't really want to use the nature runes until I get 55 mage so I can get more GP from my elks, but I may resort to using some low elks early on just to get them out of my inventory. We shall see what the plan with those are. 14 prayer rolling in. 15 prayer rolling in. 16 prayer coming in. Coming in is giant key number 2. That'll be awesome. I'm definitely going to be saving these until I can get an opportunity to kill Obor. Not really sure what stats I need for that, but according to the wiki, it's recommended to have at least 40 prayer, so I will be going for that so I can get rid of these giant keys out of my inventory. So after selling off the items I had from the hill giants, it looks like I'm at 2k cash. I still got some cash left. I'm just going to keep one of the iron items each just to kind of keep some melee gear, all that jazz. But yeah, there's one gold bar, and then I believe I can actually telegrab the golden necklace there. Awesome, I can. So I just need to make the gold ring. That makes my life easier. I only need 5 crafting then. So I'm making a quick detour here to actually do the sheep shearer quest because it needed 20 balls of wool, so that'll get me 50 crafting XP, and then on top of turning in the quest, I'll be able to get another 150 crafting XP. And level 5 crafting is only 388 XP, so overall that is definitely a nice sizable chunk of the crafting grind done just with this one quest. So I might as well get it done now while I have a good amount of inventory space. I can do it in 2 inventories, so it's not the end of the world. And there's sheep shearer done. Got me to 3 crafting, so I just need 188 more crafting XP, which I can get from imp. I can get from killing these cows, and then crafting some, I believe it's leather gloves or leather boots, whatever leather item I can craft. Oh yes, black bead, sick. That is nice progress toward imp catcher. So according to Runelight, I need 14 leather gloves to get 5 crafting. So I've had to drop a few items, working around the inventory to attempt to get inventory space for this. So hopefully I use up all my mind runes here, and that will be the last inventory spot I'll need free in order to get all the cowhides in one trip here. So, and that is 5 crafting done. Time to make this gold ring that I accidentally ventured off at the start, and we are good to go for this glue. And that's a gold ring made. And first beginner casket of the account obtained. Let's see what it is. 11 shrimp. Wow, I did that entire grind for 11 shrimp. Yeah, no. 17 prayer from burying the bones of goblins. 17 prayer from burying the bones of goblins. 18 prayer coming in. Still dry for a beginner clue. I'm at 209 kills right now with only that one beginner clue from the beginning. Oh, and there's also 19 attack. Awesome, awesome. Coming close to the 20 attack, 20 strength goal, then I'll just have defense left. If I can't get another beginner clue before base 20s, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, so I'll have to plan accordingly. A second beginner clue rolling in. That was a total of 222 kills for that second one. So awesome, awesome, and I can do the first step, so let's get this rolling. So it looks like I got my first strange device clue, so I'm going to have to figure out how to get a spade here. So according to the wiki, there was a spade spawn here. Alright, and that is the beginner casket obtained. Now let's see if we can pull unique on this one. Steel plate skirt, absolute trash. I'll probably just low elk that if I'm being honest, or sell it to the store. But either way, back to the grind. And 20 attack coming in. Stupid goblin canceled the message, but yep, now time to train defense. And that is beginner clue number 3 rolling in. That was, let's check, about nearly perfectly on drop rates. It's the last one. I'm at 277 total goblin kills. And yep, this one's right here actually, so that's super convenient. So the beginner clue requires me to mine a piece of iron ore for Charlie the Tramp, so I guess 15 mining is basically the only thing I can do for this. Figure it's about time. I love my mining anyway, but yep, guess I will need to go to the Falador mine, pick up a pickaxe again, and I might as well train smithing while I'm at it. So here we go for the official start of the mining grind. So this is the method I've decided on for the mining and smithing training. I'm going to do 8 copper, 8 tin here, and then go to the furnace in Lumbridge all the way over here and smith them on the anvil. I will most likely either need to buy a hammer if they sell it or grab a hammer off of goblins for this to get the extra smithing XP out of it. But this will definitely be a little tedious, that is for sure, because that is quite a long walk, but I couldn't think of a better place that would have a anvil and a furnace closer together than Lumbee. And this last rock rolling in here should get me 15 mining. I had to drop 7 copper ore because the trip to the furnace is so long and I didn't want to make a full trip for 7 ore, but there's 15 mining. I can now mine iron. So I'm going to go smelt these bars, make them into, I believe I'm making war hammers right now because I ended up getting 9 smithing off that grind. Make them into war hammers, sell them off to the store, then I'll be able to go mine the iron for this clue. And this is the method I was using for anyone that was curious. They recently added this rusted anvil here. So I've just been going to this anvil, smelting 8 bars, then coming over here to I'll make 2 war hammers and 1 probably bronze full helm. Oh, and it looks like that'll give me 10 smithing, which I can make battle axes. Yeah, that's useless, so I'll just make whatever with 2 bars. So I made inventory of items. I just go to this general store, sell them off, get a little bit of cash. It's really not much. I mean, these sell for 18 GP, that sell for 17. But yep, that is the method I used all the way to 15 mining, 10 smithing. And there is the iron ore obtained. Now back to Charlie the Tramp. See, this has been 2-step clue already, so this will be the casket. I will just uncut this ultimate Ironman experience of just walking over to this guy with no run energy. Really is just enthralling content, so we'll give him this iron ore. And hopefully, casket. Bam. Oak longbow. Absolutely useless. Don't think it outs for anything either. It kinda does. Well, that's a low out. Nice 70 GP to the cash deck, and back to grinding beginner clues at Lumbee. 19 prayer rolling in. 20 defense rolling in. So now I reached the goal of base 20s. I only got those 3 beginner clues from a total of 333 goblins, meaning I went honestly about like half the number of clues I should have gotten in that drop rate. So I think the goal now is to make some money and buy the myth scimitar from Alcarid and then full myth from the other shops, and I should need between 10 and 15k to do that. So I decided in order to make some GP, I will definitely need some inventory space, and since I have this black bead in my inventory, I think the current plan is to gather all the beads for Imp Catcher real quick and turn that quest in. But the quest will give me an amulet of accuracy, so I'm not really sure what the plan is going to be there, because I think having the amulet of accuracy on me might be the best plan. So I guess I can telegrab the gold necklace from Varrock. I won't need this anymore. So yeah, when I turn in all the beads, I'll be able to equip the amulet of accuracy, drop this, and yeah, clear up some inventory space. I also have the 3 goblin mail from killing those goblins in my inventory. I know you can loot the goblin mail in the chests or in the crates around Goblin Village, but I figure, while I already have them, no use wasting time and looting those. But I picked up a blue wizard hat, so I'm going to drop that iron full helm, and yeah, blue wizard hat's going to be the new absolute pog fashion scape for the time being. Finally, the white bead coming in. I switched to the fire staff to kill these because it has 1 max hit over the event RPG. Dupe black bead coming in. I don't need that, so it's kind of useless, but I'll keep them in the inventory just to see how many duplicates I get. Red bead coming in on kill count 57. Just need yellow to go, then I'll be able to clear the inventory out of all the beads. Second white bead coming in. Duplicate red bead coming in. Now I have 2 of each bead except yellow. Third black bead coming in. Just a few kills later, 4th black bead coming in. Really just hoping for this yellow bead at this rate. Hey, and the yellow bead coming in. Imp Catcher completed. Got the amulet of accuracy. Oh, that also got me 34 magic. So I'm going to drop the gold. Actually, I'm going to keep the gold necklace for now because I as you may see, I rearranged my inventory a bit, got a few items because I plan on doing 4 quests at once right now. So now that Imp Catcher is done, I still plan on doing X Marks the Spot and Rune Mysteries, as well as Goblin Diplomacy. Since I have to be running around basically everywhere anyway, I figured while I was here, I would do this step of Rune Mysteries, and then I will go complete X Marks the Spot, and that will give me a beginner clue. So with that beginner clue, I may need the gold necklace. X marks the spot completed. That gave me a beginner clue and this lamp, which I will use on prayer because I think that's going to be the best option here. And that didn't get me a prayer level. Casket number 4 coming in, and absolute garbage again. Don't think I'll be able to use any of these items, so yep. Goblin Diplomacy completed. I don't really know if I have a use for this gold bar as of right now because I already got the jewelry and, figured out a way to be able to telegrab the gold necklace. So I'm thinking low elk that, get some coins out of it, and yeah, off to complete Rune Mysteries. And there's Rune Mysteries completed, so that'll put me at 9 quest points. I don't think I will be doing any rune crafting as of right now. But yep, so that is all the quests I set out to do. Out the gold necklace because I can telegrab that now. So I've decided the way I'm going to make some money is I'm going to come here, loot the steel plate legs, use up the rest of my natures, low alking these steel plate legs. Not really paying attention how much they alk for. It looks like for maybe 500 GP, yeah. So got rid of all those nature runes. Now I will be able to loot a full inventory of steel plate legs, plus pick up the ones that I had on my legs again, and go sell these to the store. This should get me enough GP for the full mithril and the mithril skimmy. Finally got full inventory of steel legs here. Sold off the rest of my steel plate legs, so there is the Myth Scimitar obtained. Finally found a world that wasn't overstocked. That took way too many hops, but yep, Myth Plate obtained. Time to get the rest. So this shop does sell both Addy and Myth Full Helms, but I think I'm just going to go for the Addy Full Helm right now. The Myth Full Helm right now, because I think the Addy Full Helm could be potentially replaced, or I could get a Rune Full Helm from something like Ogress Warriors. And of course, the baseline stock of this is 0, so I cannot buy a Steel Kite Shield. Wow. And that cash only got me 1050 Fire Strike cast, which is no big deal. So off to Hill Giants I go. 20 prayer coming in. I also got 35 mage, which is the mage level required for Firebolt, which will be absolutely huge when I start questing. Being able to Firebolt instead of Fire Strike is going to be a huge upgrade. But for now, I'm just going to keep killing these hill giants. I found that the gear I was using was not optimal to kill these hill giants without food with melee, so it's going to be a slow process, and I probably won't get very much melee progress out of this. Nice. Another beginner clue scroll coming in. So I will go do this. Awesome, awesome. Didn't get another law rune drop. Got some nature runes and I used it to alch some items, but because of the lack of law runes, I'm definitely going to have to run around more manually, which isn't ideal, but what can you do? So I'm on the 3rd step of this clue, and it says I need a chef hat and a red cape. The red cape can be gotten from Thessalia in Varrock, but I will need to go grind out a chef's hat again because I never picked one up from the goblins. And there is the chef hat obtained. Now off to Thessalia's clothes store. And there is the beginner casket obtained. And we get nothing again, but I can. Yep, it has the same mage bonus, so I will use the black mage hat from now on. So I think I need to train more combat stats, and if I want to kill those hill giants semi-consistently with melee. So I think really the best goal here would be to go back to the goblins in Lumbridge and just keep farming those beginner clues till I get a unique, because I really want to try to push for at least one beginner clue unique before the end of this episode. So yeah, I guess I will go train melee stats at goblins. Beginner clue number 6 rolling in, and it looks like this one's fairly close, so praying for the unique here. So beginner casket obtained, and no unique yet again. I'm getting kind of demotivated here because without law runes, a lot of running is involved. And yeah, so I think I'm going to drop the wizard hat because I have the chef's hat. And the chef's hat, takes up an inventory space, all that. But yep, 21 prayer coming in. Another beginner clue coming in. Maybe we'll get the back to back. Nope, okay. So beginner clue rolling in, and it is in Port Sarum. That is not too bad. Beginner casket obtained. Come on. 2 staffs. Actually, that is not bad because those are 2 staffs I don't have. So I will be keeping those in my inventory for just a little bit. If I need to use the body runes I get at goblins, I can use one of the staffs to make up for a lack of other runes. So yeah, I think that's actually a pretty good clue. Finally, another beginner clue scroll rolling in. I'm going to sit here and use up all these body runes on the goblins that I can. Looks like I'm not actually going to have enough earths or waters, but yep. I will use up as many of these on cursing goblins as I can, like this. Go sell off this inventory, and then I will go do this beginner clue. Wow, so this clue requires Charlie the Tram, and it wants me to catch a raw trout. So for that, I'll need 20 fishing. So I think that will be the start of next episode. I'll grind out 20 fishing. And yeah, we'll start this beginner clue grind all over again. Sorry I couldn't get a unique. I think that is about my limit for one episode though. And it could be the next clue, it could be this clue that I get the first unique on. It could be 10 clues from now. And yeah, so I will be back with you next episode for the first beginner clue unique grind. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to this point in the video, please leave a like and comment down in the comment section. Any tips you may have on improving the quality of this. It's my first YouTube video. So appreciate you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.